Let's face it, owning a home today sucks. 12 different accounts to pay your bills, keeping track of documents, filing insurance claims, it's all a big hassle. Lawn care, plumbing leaks, maintenance issues. We could all use a little bit of help. Introducing HomePlan. Manage your home from the comfort of your couch. Pay bills, digitize documents and photos, schedule maintenance, hire contractors, and much more, all in one place, and get back to what matters to you most, your time. Sign up for HomePlan and get a little bit of help when you need it most. It's home management made simple. Visit joinhomeplan.com today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Collectively Speaking. This week's song comes to you from BJ Bucks. To bring it in, check him out at BJ Bucks on Instagram. Tell me what y'all think.
I ain't no bitch, I never ran. You a bitch, you and your man. We lost a kid that want the plan. Stick to the code, run up them bangs. Stick to the code, run up them bucks. Young nigga, don't get no fuck. Jerko got the monkey nuts. Glock it hard like 30 plus. Stick to the code, don't never fold. Don't never fall out with your bro. Watch these niggas, they back door. Don't never trust none of these hoes. Stick to the code, don't never fold. Don't never fall out with your bro. Watch these niggas, they back door. Don't never trust none of these hoes. Can't say too much over these treasures, know them people tapping in. Niggas dissing on the game, we catch you, we gon' box you in. Cause I done seen 10, I'm jugging gas, ain't jugging fin. When I park, I'm pull.
All right, that was BJ Bucks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Ryan Frazier, or the Collective 314 on Instagram. You're dirty yellow to everybody else. Today, on Collectively Speaking, I got a super special guest, state representative, member of the committee, one of the first people I saw act a motherfucking fool on stage in the Delmar underground days.
Right on.
From the same neighborhood, a wild dude who in his 30s has really done some amazing things. Wiley Price, my bad.
I don't even know who that person is. I am Wiley Chip Price.
Man. And as you can see, we've been drinking already. So this is brought to you by tequila and really good weed. But yeah,
Tequila for me.
Just tequila for Wiley. But yeah, introduce yourself to the people, bro.
Yeah, I'm Wiley Price, state representative of 84th District, west side of St. Louis. Yeah, that's who I am. That's the hat that I wear these days. That's me.
Man, to see you come to where you are today is amazing. Like, I remember I was 19, so that made you about 25 at the time. And we were on stage right behind you, right in front of you, fucking once a month. And you... Yeah. Your people killed every stage I ever saw y'all set foot on.
Right on. Yeah, it was, Cat and Jai, bits and pieces, which eventually, morphed into committee.
For sure.
Which, and at that time, it was just about lyricism. It was about,
who says St. Louis ain't hip hop?
Right, real talk. So yeah, it was a good time, growing up, man, just growing up and being great.
So these
shout out to my man Joseph Davis.
Joseph Davis, my dog.
It's my guy. I really rock with that kid. Super solid dude.
Oh yeah. I was with him earlier today. That's my straight dog. Like, we talk every day.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
So my everyday is a cat named Gino Jackson.
Right.
That's tax free. Shout out tax free.
Tax free lifestyle.
And you got to know that. So yeah, those are my guys. But anyway, Joseph D is a phenomenal human being, and I know him one degree of separation through another, through my brother.
Exactly. But he's an amazing human being, dude. Actually doing the toy drive with me.
Oh, super dope.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk offline about that. See if I can help you guys out with that.
Yeah. We appreciate that. Any help we can get,
Yeah,
it's all about black men giving back. That's what I'm trying to.
I'm here for it, bro.
Put out here from because what I see is I'm too young to be an OG and I'm too young for IG. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm too old for IG and I'm too young to be an OG. So I'm in the middle. Like when J. Cole dropped that middle child shit, like I really felt that.
Right.
So when this shit came out, I looked at it like that, like, wow. Like I can't be out here in tight pants with fucking a purse.
Sure
but I'm also not finna be out here with a fucking tall tee on. You know what I'm saying?
Real rap.
So we right in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So I want to follow the lead of my older brothers, and I want to lead the younger brothers to where I'm going to. You feel me?
You know, it's about, you know, giving back. It's all about giving back. It's a big circle. If we're not giving back, we're wasting time.
And that's the absolute fucking truth.
You grow your flower, and then you start working on your bed, and start working on your neighbor's bed.
Exactly. It's a community. And once we get back to that, we'll be in a better place.
Communal garden.
So, what else you got going these days? Like, that you want the people to know about?
That I want the people to know about.
Yeah. Outside of you being a great father, fucking dope ass black man, and an amazing human.
Politically right now, that would probably interest you and your target audience. I am working incessantly on a recreational bill right now to go full rec in the state of Missouri.
Fuck yeah. Shout out to full recreational marijuana in this motherfucker. Shout out to that. Now, my next question has to be, what kind of equity are black people gonna get in that bill?
Well, there's a piece in it that there's a whole equity piece inside of it where we would come in at a very, very discounted price if we wanted to go into any portion to get any of the 5 or 7 licenses that are available.
Right.
And then there's a portion of it as well in the bill that within the tax breakdown, I think I have 60% going straight back. Sorry about that.
It's all good, bro.
60% going straight back to the GR, the general revenue. Another 20% goes to DESE in public schools. 10% goes to veterans, I believe. And this is probably going to change. This is a because I'm actually rewriting my last year's legislation to make it a little bit more in depth and a little bit more specific about exactly what we're trying to do. But anyway, 5% of that goes back to the actual equity program that's in it. So inside of the legislation, I've actually written in the equity piece, but I've also given it teeth by being able to fund it within the legislation as well.
Right.
So
that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So we basically make an opportunity for us to create generational wealth, and that's really what it's about. Putting ourselves in position to create generational wealth. And then it's a good friend of mine is writing something right now, and she's calling it from cotton to cannabis.
What?
And
y'all heard that? Can we make some motherfucking noise for cotton to cannabis? Like, that's some dope shit. That's how the fuck you give back. And I also want to say, like, since I saw you run, bro, that actually got me into like giving back and charity instead of just hustling all the time and fucking running the streets crazy and getting more into the legal side of marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Getting into the.
Well, I just feel like as young black men, we are most affected by the laws that are out there.
Absolutely.
So we should be most informed about the laws that are out there.
So I get a lot of questions because shouts out to the Canon Education Collective, 10460 West Florissant. If y'all need medical cards, tell them Yellow sent you and you'll get some kind of discount. I don't know what the deal is this week, but Mel does amazing work with the community, amazing givebacks, Trap and Taste Thursdays, where they have black chefs and vendors. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all step out to that. But the biggest question I get about marijuana from black people is, how can I have my medical card and carry my firearm?
Yeah, we haven't really
addressed it.
Nah, we haven't really sorted through that yet. That's but yeah, I don't have an answer for you for that one because it's just we haven't
a federal situation.
Yeah, it's a federal situation, and to the feds, and that's a gift and a curse because once the feds okay it, it's all bad for real.
Yeah, for all us.
In my opinion, yeah, that's when that's when it's gonna open it up for major corporations and organizations to come
That's the
in
conversation we had yesterday. Like that's,
and really take over the game.
and I feel like that's when people are actually going to start dying from marijuana because they're going to put chemicals on it. They're going to grow at rapid rates. They going
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know what that looks like, but I will say, just to circle back, in regards to legislation for the state of Missouri, I think that we're kind of long overdue. The people have already, on their own, decided that we need to legalize marijuana with the IP, which is how we got to where we are now.
right.
That wasn't anything that the legislature did. That was what the people did.
Yeah, coming out to vote.
Nah, that was a signature. That like we had to get so many signatures.
Oh, that's what Poe was doing. Poe was outside with the clipboard.
On the initiative petition. And then it went to the vote. You know what I mean? But like that was the process. But I just remember the IP was going around, and then it finally made the ballot, and so we voted it in. I mean, medical is basically making it legal.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean.
For a price, because that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's medical for a price.
But more specifically, it just creates a gray area to where the people don't really know what's going on, and the police don't really know how to police it because like. They don't know who's got what or what is what.
I've had the police give me a quarter pound of weed back recently.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, there you go. I mean, clearly you had you had everything together and you had everything straight. But I mean,
up to 8 ounces, 18 plants.
The point that I'm making is if we just go full rec, there is no confusion.
Yeah, there's no problem with the police. There's no
right. So
that eliminates probable cause. Like it's gonna be
all of those things.
It's gonna stop police from being able to fuck with young black men.
Well.
It's
not going to do that.
For that. It's going to eliminate that, oh, I smell weed in your car. Now everybody get out and sit on the curb.
They'll have to have another reason to get into your car. And I'm sure that they'll find one.
They will definitely find one. We all know this.
One, right. So, yeah. So anyway, in regards to that, so that's a big deal, Bill. I'm working with Peter Meredith on some other things with that. And I think that we... Peter's first of all, Peter's a genius.
Who is Peter?
Peter Meredith.
Yeah, who is
Peter Meredith? Is another legislator, state legislature. Get to know your state reps, man. Those are the people.
That shit's important.
I tell people all the time, like it doesn't matter. Like it does matter. Like the executive branch matters, but we that's all we know is the executive branch. All we know is
the president.
Or the mayor, or the governor, or you feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And what really matters is who is your legislator. Who is the
your
person
local,
that's making
your ground level?
Your legislator. The
Put
person,
me on game then.
The person that's making your laws, my guy. So that's your alderman, your state rep, your senator. Like that's what we do. We make law. Like the alderman makes the local law. The state reps and the senators make the state law. Then you go fed. And so like the federal version of a state rep will be a congressman.
So like Cori Bush.
Cori Bush is a congressman.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so that's what she does.
Shout out to Cori Bush.
Shout out to Cori. So yeah, I mean, she makes laws, and so we need to know who is making our law. We need to know who we're sending up there. Who are we okaying to speak for us in a manner that is like, this is what my district is about. This is what the people of my district represent. This is how we all feel.
And that's why I'm glad the West Side got your voice, bro. I've known you for a long time. You was a stand-up guy, and they couldn't have done got a better candidate. I appreciate that, but
that honestly, like it speaks to what politics should be. Politics should not always be sending your local, lawyer or doctor. You have to have some. Well, in my opinion, you should
somebody that represents you.
Period. Somebody who represents the culture that you come from, the small little enclave of a community that you come from. Like somebody that really understands all four corners of the neighborhood and can stand on all four corners of the neighborhood
and talk to the people
and have those conversations. Absolutely. And if you're not genuinely invested and genuinely from those neighborhoods, then you shouldn't be in the Capitol or in City Hall speaking for those people, in my opinion.
That's one of the reasons I voted for Wesley Bush. Wesley Bush came walking up 82nd Boulevard. Wesley Bell. Yeah. My cousin named Wesley Bush. It got stuck in my head. My bad, Mr. Bell. I appreciate you. But that's why I voted for Wesley Bell, bro. I'm fucking up people's names tonight. Blame it on me, man.
That's great.
But yeah, definitely. Wesley Bell walked up 82nd Boulevard, 82nd Avenue, and sat there and
did the work.
Talked to me.
He did the work.
He talked to Sheezy. He talked to D-Red. He talked to, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all don't know who that is, but those are important people in our community. You know what I'm saying? So he came, and not only is he a black man, but he's a black lawyer, so he speaks and understands how to talk to us and how to make it make sense to us.
Right.
Like when I saw you were running, I know what your thought process. I know you gonna stand up for us in that state house. I sit back and watch your lives in public access channels when you speaking. Not only because you my friend and because we've known each other for a long time, but because I believe in you and what you speak on and what you say.
Right.
Like, I can't tell you how many encounters I've had with police, but I do know that what you do affects how the police treat us in certain aspects. So I do want to ask you, what is one of your first encounters with police before you were state representative?
Like just in general, or like the first encounter that I can remember?
Like the first fucked up thing you had happen with them.
Oh, the first foul thing that I had happen with
police. How old were you? What area were you in?
I'll tell you about the time that I kind of realized that like it's not, this ain't their class no more. They're not excited to see me no more.
Yeah.
That
when you realized that the dope boys were the capes and the cops are the villains.
I don't think that I had that realization at that young. I just realized that like it's different now, and like the police not my friend no more.
That's what I want to hear about.
Like, because my first interaction with police was like in school with the dirt cop or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it was some dude named Ryan, and he was awesome. He had the fucking baseball cards
and the dog and the T-shirt with the dirt lion.
Exactly.
There really stands for
the baseball cards is actually the catalyst to this story. So I lived in the city. I lived on Waterman. I came outside and I saw a cop car coming down, and I was just like, oh, I used to collect baseball cards.
Right.
And so I saw a police car hit the corner, and I was like, oh, I wonder if this guy's got a baseball card. I like flagged him down, and he stops. I was like, hey, man, do you have any baseball cards on you? And the cop looked at me and was just like, man, get the fuck away from my car. I was like, what?
How old were you?
I was like, nah, baseball cards. And he was just like, yeah, get the fuck away from my car. Like, I was like, what? Like,
you supposed to pass out baseball cards. That's what cops do.
That has been my interaction with you and the people that look like you my entire existence. And like, what do you mean? What is this? So yeah, that was the first. I was probably 13, but I was a tall kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
he probably thought you had a sack on you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's probably somewhat accurate.
He was like, man, get away from me before I frisk you.
Like, exactly. So that was probably the first time that I realized that things were different, and that I would be viewed differently by that people moving forward.
Okay, so in your district, now I gotta ask because people are asking me. So in your district, what do you think that is contributing to the crime, and what is your experience with the crime on the West Side?
I mean, that's a very.
It's a loaded question, but
it's a layered question.
Give me the best answer you can.
There's so many moving parts to why there's crime in St. Louis, not just on the West
I'm not
side.
saying that. I'm saying like, why do you feel that crime is where it is now? Do you think it's a lack of guidance? Do you think it's?
I will. Yes, that's a piece of it. I say no. Yeah, yes, that's definitely a piece of it. But also, it's about a lack of education. It's about people not caring no more about smarts, about being here.
I don't think so either.
Like, it's cool to be dumb.
It's cool to be outside, to be seen.
I mean, that is all to me. It's always been cool to be outside and be seen, but it ain't always been cool to be dumb.
No, and it's a lot of dummies
They
out
don't
here.
even care. Like they just be like, I don't know. Like how long is a decade? 12 years.
That's a dozen, motherfucker. I just saw that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you a special kind of stupid.
Yeah. All right. Like, but I mean, that speaks to the lack of education that's out here in the general like sense of education in like public schools and all of that. But also the laws, man. The laws. The very people that we have voted in to go up to Jeff City and to go into the national capital and to like make these outlandish laws, like in Missouri. Like people, like we all laugh at Florida and all of that. Like Florida waits to see what we gonna do with the gun laws, and then they do it. We came with the Castle Doctrine. They came with the.
We came with constitutional carry.
Like yeah, I mean it's bro. We came with SAPA, the Second Amendment Preservation Act, where we can now forego federal gun law and just be on some like local cowboy shit. Like
this is like, the wild Midwest out this bitch.
I don't get it. This is stupid, right? I mean, because this is the comparison that I always use. My grandfather used to come over to my house all the time, make me watch westerns with him. So I seen all the westerns.
Me too. Chuck Norris, fucking John Wayne. John Wayne was definitely western. What was the black cowboy's name, bro?
Chuck Norris.
I'm just saying my grandpa made me watch Chuck Norris with him, bro. You ain't got to laugh at me. I'm only 32, bro. I'm only 32. I don't understand this shit yet.
Oh, bro. That was
y'all see how my nigga laughed at me like I ain't had no sense? And this is my partner.
Chuck Norris. Yeah, bro. You seen that Chuck Norris Western? Texas Walker Ranger?
Walker Texas Ranger. That's what the fuck it was. I know I'm not the only one that got stuck watching Walker in the heat of the night. MASH. Yeah. Nigga.
So on next week's episode, we're going to go over genres of movies.
Look, I was born in 89. They didn't make no westerns in 89.
Right, see, this is so anyway.
Ignorance is no excuse.
My point is,
my dog.
That even like in the westerns, like a lot of the way. If you ever watched like probably seen Tombstone.
I saw Tombstone.
Okay, like remember in Tombstone when like they was coming in and you had to take your strap and you had to put your strap up before you walked into the saloon or the bar or whatever.
Right.
It was no guns in the town.
Right.
That was the rule. You couldn't bring your gun in the town. You feel what I'm saying?
I dig it. I'm listening.
So what I'm saying is that was supposed to be the most lawless town in America, and that was supposed to be the most lawless time in American history. And here we are in what we call a civilized society, and now we got open carry.
Past open carry, bro. Constitutional carry means whatever, there's nothing nobody can do.
Exactly, whatever.
You can't even ask me. A cop can't even, and I know my rights, and I always have a firearm on me. I have one on me right now. But a cop can't say, hey, let me see your gun. I'm going to tell you no, because you violating my rights.
I mean, that's problematic. Some people need to be asked about their weapons.
I do know some niggas who do not need guns.
Like, I mean, we all got friends like that are like, bro probably shouldn't be having all them guns. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm definitely bro. I got a whole arsenal at the crib.
Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever. Like I'm saying, like you're not even on the you're not even on the scale of the people that I'm talking about or thinking about right now. Like,
no, I'm not.
We all know them friends and got them partners where it's like
they trusted you with this,
bro. Why did you get this? Like, man. You know what I mean? So
I got a country ass white boy partner who lives in Eola, Missouri. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker he doesn't have a shop, but he has the right to be an FFL dealer and has a grenade launcher.
Yeah, see, I don't. What are you gonna do? What are you hunting with that? You're not hunting anything with that. You just own a grenade launcher.
And you want to know his reason? The government got him. That's what he told me.
I have no response to that, bro.
I said, bro, why do you need that? He talking about the government got him. Why can't I?
F-18s and like
Black Hawks.
Like they got shit. Like what Dre say? They got shit that'll blow out your back from where they at, from where they stay at. Like, you know what I mean? Does that mean Greg from down the block should have one too? Like, come on, bro.
Not Greg, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
We all know a Greg.
Greg shouldn't have one.
Greg definitely shouldn't have one. But I was watching the video, bro, and it was some local rapper. Dude's name is AMRD Honcho. Dude got hit like 16 times on Jenny Station Road, and
that's what I'm saying.
16 times. Bro, first of all, when we was growing up, the most you might have had was a 38.
Yeah, I mean, but see, again, the laws were different, right?
True.
And so, like, I'm not scared of a lot of these guys and their registered guns.
This is true.
You feel what I'm saying?
I dig it.
So, like, when we came up, it was like you had to know somebody to go to
a store,
get some guns,
or somebody stole one.
Now they just everywhere. Now guns are everywhere. Everybody's got 6, and it's just like it's stupid,
bro.
It's dumb. It just promotes body counts.
And that's what it is.
It doesn't make it to where it's like, oh, I think everybody has a gun. So the good guy's gotta have a gun. Like it's not.
That's the stupidest response ever. The only thing that stops a good guy with a bad guy with the gun is a good guy. That's stupid. Real. It's fucking retarded.
This is what I'm saying. So we currently live in a society where the people that we pay to go train, to go learn how to match force with force and understanding how to match force with force, the police, right? We taxpayer dollar, we pay to go, they go to police academy 6 to 9 months, however long it is. They can't even do it right? They historically and consistently have always been questionable in the way that they apply force and the way that they apply deadly force.
And especially to people with melanated skin.
Whatever, to whoever, because they whack white people too. So I'm saying to whoever, right? And I'm saying they go through all of this training. They going through more training than we had to go through for our 8-hour class when we had to get our carry for our license, right? You feel what I'm saying?
True.
So if they not doing it right at a really high percentage, why are you then trusting the general public to go out with
after 8 hours?
If that makes sense to any of y'all.
It takes you longer to get a beer at a bar than it does to get your CCW permit in Missouri. If you get your CCW permit, because you do not need it.
I mean, whatever. I'm just saying, like, you really want, and then we got people out here with mental illnesses. Like, people, like the police aren't good at recognizing that. Like,
at all.
You want a regular dude who's just actually scared for his life, and that's why he bought the gun anyway, to be able to, like, make that decision in a high stress situation. Like, nah. So I don't know. I just, guns. Meh. I mean, I'm a gun owner, but
I'm a gun supporter. I was in the Navy.
I'm a gun supporter, but like everybody shouldn't have one, and you shouldn't be able to make an impulse buy with a pistol, bruh.
No, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't be able to like walk into a store and be like, that one, and they're like, wait 20 minutes, and then they go
it ain't even
back,
that long,
and they type in something, and it comes back, and he's like, he's clean, and it's like, not this dude got a gun, like word.
My partner did. We did.
I'm saying the process is more involved to get a driver's license in the state of Missouri than it is to get a goddamn pistol.
It's true.
That's goofy.
So, because I want to get past this, I got questions that I do want to ask you.
Okay.
But with what's up, GP? But with with these gun laws, bro, and crime being what it is in our city, how old were you when you lost your first friend? Like, I was 14. My friend Corey Blankson got killed on Iowa.
When I
Rest
lost
in
my
peace to
first
Junior.
friend to gun violence type of deal.
To gun and gang violence.
Ooh, I don't even know. I was young though. I was probably
Do you remember what happened?
11 or 12. There were several situations. I grew up in Laclede Town, so like it was like I was around and exposed to a lot of heinous acts.
Yeah, Laclede Town was something else before they tore that motherfucker down.
Yeah, Laclede Town was legendary, but it was also a very real community.
It was.
And so
It was.
we there was honor amongst thieves there.
I like the way you said that.
A lot of things did not happen in places where they could have happened because people respected the community.
Because you had OGs, bro.
Because you had OGs and you had elders and you had people that was just like, y'all can do what y'all want, but y'all ain't gonna do it right here.
No.
Not in front of my place.
And I remember, like, when we would start grabbing knives, getting ready to, like, I grew up in an area where we fucked you up with what we had.
You grew up in, like, a Mexican area?
I grew up in South City, in U City.
In, like, Washington Heights, Harlem? What do you mean grab knives? What are you talking about?
Nah, like, I used to take knives to the bus stop, bro. I lived on Minnesota and Kid Cut.
Bro.
And, was like...
Are you Latin?
I'm Black and Korean. You know that. We just had this conversation. You the same thing as me, bro. Don't do me like that. This dude here, bro.
All right. So, yeah.
Back to the co-rack conversation. But yeah, like, I would take knives, but like, the OGs would be like, they'd be sitting on the porch. You know what I'm saying? Because we walk from here to my house to Marquette, or we walk to the little corner store.
We just weren't allowed to do things when I was growing up. Certain things.
It was rules to this shit.
Exactly. Just weren't allowed to do. And you could think you was going to jump off the porch and go do something. Or maybe you got exposed to something and you got a hold of something. But
right.
Like, if the wrong person or the right person saw you,
they snatch your ass up.
Right.
What you doing?
Exactly. Like,
and that brings us to OGs versus IG.
Oh, Lord.
Part of the conversation.
Oh, Lord.
Now, this week on OGs versus IG, I want you to look right there in that camera.
Uh-huh.
And tell your 14-year-old self or your 14-year-old partner something that you would use to save them today. Let me see that too, because
yeah, I would say what my grandmother used to tell me all the time. Bad company beats good character every time.
Oh man, that's deep. Elaborate on that.
I mean, you are the company you keep. You know what I mean? Regardless of however you feel about your influence on the world, like, you are also influenced by the energy of the people that you keep around you. And
that's true as fuck.
Even if you think you're not, okay, that's fair. So your homeboy go do some dirt, then he come back straight back to the hood. Don't say nothing to nobody. Just come straight back to the hood after doing some dirt. Then he jump in the car with you. Some guys come from wherever he just came from, looking for bro.
At the car. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, because you're not
conscious. I lost my cousin like that.
Yeah, you're not conscious.
You're
not conscious of the people that you keeping around you, and you trying to give everybody the pass because you think everybody's all good, or you think it's all good, or you think it's not. It ain't all good. Slip ups count too.
Yeah.
All of those things.
There's been a bunch of people to get fucked up on accident.
Yeah. And so I would say, to my 14-year-old self, like my great grandmother used to say, hey, bad company beats good character every time.
Man, and to play on that, bro, like, if you think about, I don't know about your upbringing in that area, in that aspect, but I know I was light-skinned, I wasn't always super tall, I talked different than everybody else because I went to school in Oakville in the DSEG program. I wanted to fit in when I was that age, you know what I'm saying?
Way south.
Yeah, I lived on Minnesota,
but Melville.
Nigga, Oakville is past South County Mall. Like, that shit's far.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never went there. I never seen it.
Yeah. And that was weird, too. Like, people from the South Side legitimately didn't often leave the South Side.
What else was on the South Side? It was the green team that was down there.
Afton.
Limburg. And Afton.
Man.
My homeboy Trayman went to Limburg.
Bro, I used to crack so many.
He came back home and he was like, yeah, I'm on the football team now. And I was like, bro, I will rail you. Go put your uniform on. And I made him go put his whole uniform on, and we went head up, and I didn't have a uniform on.
The back-to-back drill?
Yeah, and I didn't have a uniform on. I crammed him.
Bro, when I tell you...
Shout out my brother Nardo. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Look here, Nardo, I don't know you, but I believe Space.
Have it right on.
Can I call you Space online? Or is
Sure.
Okay. But yeah, like, it's just weird, bro. I know at that age I wanted to fit in and I didn't understand anything for real about life, but I thought I knew everything.
Oh, of course. I mean, at 15, I was the smartest that I ever was in my entire life. I knew everything.
And we all know that the man that knows everything knows nothing.
For sure.
And I remember looking back at it, like I look back at it now, and I wasn't, like, my mom had passed when I was 12. And my stepdad went to prison, and I didn't know my dad. So at that point in my life, I was like, shit, nigga, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get my own family. But I sat here and I confused association with friendship. Mm-hmm. Like people I should be associating with, like, oh, high and by, like how I am now.
Yeah.
Highs and buys are cool.
That's what gets
but
you
that
jammed up. I mean, at a young age, that'll get you jammed up every time.
DYS, all of that shit, having a DJO, and
that's what my grandmother used to tell me. Bad company, beat good character.
Every time. Man. The first time I got in the Stolo, fucking going to Little Roosevelt from Big Roosevelt.
I have no time to be getting in no Stolo.
Bro. And you know how some people be like, oh, I didn't know the car was stolen.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was fully aware. I was there when he broke the window. I was there when he broke the window. Nigga, I know he stole his car and I still got in it like a dummy.
Joyriding? Remember that was a charge? Joyriding?
Bro.
Remember you could get charged with joyriding?
These teenagers today just full on carjack niggas.
That is crazy to me.
Bro, I seen that shit the other day. Did you see the shit on the news where dude, like, they pulled up on side the lady, jumped in her front seat from the passenger seat of the other Stolo, and took off with the gas pump still in the fucking car.
Bro.
In 12 seconds, bro. 12 seconds. I watched it and timed it because I knew I was going to use that for this week's OG versus IG. Like,
what is OG versus IG? Let's go into this.
OG's versus IG is this idea I had to talk to these younger niggas about the dumb shit they doing. Because we did it first, but they doing it way better now.
The dumb shit?
They doing dumb shit on a different level, bro. These niggas is running up, like what we was talking about in the car. Bucks and Lil Grimy fucking fighting in Chesterfield at Ruth Chris. Like, that should have been on OGs versus IG, but I didn't have a show then. So, Bucks, you my nephew. I'm looking right in this camera and I'm telling you, bro, don't let nobody trick you out your spot for no reason, bro.
Yeah, real
You got
rap.
way too much money.
Real rap.
You got way too much sense. You got way too much to lose. Stop the dumb shit, bro.
Real rap.
These kids watching you, bro. And when they see you fighting her, they think it's okay to fight at Valley of the Flowers. They think it's okay to fight downtown at Taste of St. Louis because they see you do the shit, bro. I'm looking in this camera and I'm talking specifically to you, bro. You know how I feel about you. You know I rock with you. Southside do or die, bro. But you got to be an example.
Word.
Speaking on that, Buck's gonna be at this fucking toy fundraiser with me too.
Oh yeah, gotta know that. So, all right, so will you have some questions for me?
Yeah. So now we moving on to the questions that the ladies asked, bro. So this week they want to figure out one from, let's see, from I Am Honey Rolex on Instagram. She says, "What do you think of polygamy? What is your views on polygamy?"
These are just questions that come to the show randomly?
I ask women to send me questions once a week, and they do it. So she says, what do we as men feel about polygamy?
Right.
What is your opinion?
Yeah, exactly. I can't speak for all men.
I'm going to speak that's all it is, bro. Give your opinion.
I don't know. Look, here's the thing about relationships. I think that we need to get out of the idea that of what a perfect relationship looks like.
Just like snowflakes, they're different for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. A perfect relationship is what's working for you and the person that you're with, and whatever level of, whatever. That is what perfect is. Whatever is working for you and the person that you're with.
True.
So
I agree with that.
If y'all got something and y'all got an understanding, and that's what it is, more power to you. or if you more with the traditional way, then more power to you on that too.
Yeah.
I
Does
live and let live.
So does state senator believe in marriage? Like, do you believe that one day you'll be?
And this is really interesting that you asked me this on this show. I believe in the ideology of marriage. I don't believe in paying a governmental system to like confess your love to anybody.
So you believe in it without the paperwork, is what you're saying?
Yeah, ideally.
Give me 1 second, bro. I'm fat. I'm hot. I gotta turn the fan on. Give me 1 second.
Really? That's what's going on right now?
I gotta do it.
Seriously?
Second. I got to.
You like?
I'm listening.
Fat and sweaty right now?
I'm fat and sweaty,
This
bro.
is weird.
The tequila doing it to me.
The tequila's doing it to you.
The tequila's doing it to me.
I think the fat and is doing it to you.
Hey, look, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in at 32.
Really?
Yeah, bro. You remember when we were? You probably don't remember because we drank a bunch back then.
You can do better.
You can always do better. I can't even say nothing to that because you can always do better. I can't be like, nigga, no. You can always do better.
Oh man, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can always do better. So back to what we were saying before you called me fat and sweaty.
Yeah, you called yourself fat and sweaty, bro.
I said I'm fat and I'm hot. I didn't say fat and sweaty.
No,
you made me
said fat
sound
and
like I had
sweaty,
bacon
like-
grease stains under my arm or something.
I mean, if you sweat when you eat, it's probably what's there.
I sweat when I eat, so it's okay. I dance when I eat too.
Oh, you're a child.
Sometimes. Can't touch this. Can't taste this. But yeah, bro, I actually agree with that. Like, I don't believe that the government should be in your business. Anything under your roof.
Yeah, if the Republicans have any ideology or fundamental like ideology that they have that I agree with, is small government. It's that the government needs to be more hands off with your daily situation. I don't think that the government should be in my bedroom in any kind of way. Not within an abortion kind of way. Not within.
Bro, that's the dumbest shit in the world.
Way.
Like, and that bothers me about Missouri too. Like, all you hear about, like, once you cross St. Charles or you go so far south, that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, 45 minutes outside of the general St. Louis area is fucked up.
You in a review, you're very definitely in a red zone.
Nigga, that's maroon, goddammit. That ain't even red no more. That shit's
deep. It's deep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but
so what are y'all doing to combat the abortion ban? Because like Missouri got the same shit Texas got for real.
I mean, we really don't actually. We absolutely do not. We had a different situation, and I think that we have a different Supreme Court. Things you should know about our Supreme Court is that we have a black man that's the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court.
For real?
Jesus Christ.
Bro, how the fuck? I'm a street nigga that talks shit on a camera for an hour a week. Like, I ain't special, bro. I don't know that shit.
Yeah, bro.
I'm going to learn it because you told me. But that's how you reach people like me, bro. You come on here and you speak.
Very, 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 very intelligent. Very, very insightful elder. Who's also, he's a Q dog, so shout out to all my Qs, RQQ and all that y'all be saying. Yeah, it's anyway, so we have a different kind of Supreme Court, and so we got a different kind of law that's coming up, and we have a different kind of arrogance within our Republican Party here. They felt that they could they push through legislation knowing that it's going to go to court, and they're just like, well, take them to court. And it's just like, yo, bro, why are you making a law that you already know is constitutionally like unconstitutional?
Not just unconstitutional, but it's immoral. Like, in my opinion, it's fucking immoral.
So
you should let the women choose what they gonna do with their
I will
bodies.
challenge you on that in a way that I will switch hats and say that they will say that abortion is immoral, right? They would that's the very argument that they would have, and I'm not here to talk more. I'm not here. Anytime we going into a conversation about morals, there's a level of judgment that is being
Cast,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not here to discuss morals, man. I'm just here to discuss choices. And like, if it's the land of the free, it's the land of the free. And whatever you decide to do with your body, like that's what you
It
decide
should
to do
be
with
on
your
you.
body. And let me pivot into the vaccination conversation.
Let's do that. That's where I'm at with it.
With being able to do what you want to do with your body. I think
this is what I know for sure about the vaccination. Is that the people that are not being vaccinated don't know shit. I don't care what your research. I did my own research, bro. What does that consist of, bro?
Google.
Was it a 5-minute Google search and then
It wasn't even 5 minutes. It's probably two.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does your own research mean? And so what I also know.
What are the objections you hear with the conversation?
What I also know to be true in regards to the vaccination is that the people that are pro-vaccination and that have gotten vaccinated don't know shit.
This is true. Johnson & Johnson can't even make baby powder right. I'm not taking that.
You know, if you want the Moderna or you want the Johnson & Johnson, whatever you want to go do, this is your temple, bro. This is your body.
You got to live with whatever decision you make, and you can't take it back.
And that's it.
But I don't know why we sitting here shaming each other or sitting here talking bad to one another about a decision. Like,
because politics is war without bloodshed. That's why.
Say that one more time. Say it one more time.
Politics is war without bloodshed.
Chairman Fred Hebner.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. He threw that out. And war is politics with bloodshed. Mm-hmm. So like, and that's why the people have taken we tribal. You know what I'm saying? And we everybody's taking their position and taking their.
We're getting farther and farther away from being tribes, though. Like,
oh no, this vaccination thing is gonna be realer than like racism. It's gonna be like you can go to a vaccinated club or you can go to a club that's got unvaccinated. You know what I'm saying? So
it's gonna be the new Jim Crow without being black and white.
It's gonna be clubs where you gotta be vaccinated, and it's gonna be clubs where it's cool for you to be unvaccinated. If you want to be in this club and you're unvaccinated, you can be here and hang out. It's gonna be stupid.
Because I've been seeing that online too, like people, like restaurant owners refusing people with masks.
Right now, you can't go to certain concert venues unless you show a vaccination card or you show like proof of like
a test. Yeah,
Like, yeah, man.
That shit real, bro.
What do you think that's gonna turn into? What do you think that's gonna go? Where does it stop?
It's not meant to stop.
So yeah, I mean, it's just a whole thing, but people don't.
I got people that told me online that the virus wasn't real. And I know people who personally have died from COVID.
The coronavirus isn't real?
Yes.
They told you that the coronavirus wasn't real?
I was talking.
Them same people is probably flat earthers and shit. I don't subscribe to any of that.
I don't get it, bro. Like, it's a lot of shit I'm not supposed to get. I say it every week on this podcast. I'm a grown man. It's certain shit I'm not going to get. I got good sense. It's certain shit I'm not going to get. But I do want to ask you the funniest objection to the vaccine that you've heard so far.
From the minute I heard it, I don't know what's in that shit. Has always been funny to me.
What have you ever known that was in anything?
That is
nigga, you don't even read the label on a soda bottle. How the fuck are you talking about a vaccine? Nigga, you don't know what going cornbread and you eat it every fucking meal. Bro, come the fuck on.
That has always been funny to me from the first moment I heard it. And I remember the first homeboy I heard say, he was like, I don't know what's in that.
Now I do understand black people's skepticism though. Like, the government has never given black people anything free. They will let you die.
Yeah, that's something different. That's a whole other conversation. Like, have you ever read the book Medical Apartheid?
No. I'm gonna order and read it.
It's an excellent read. It's called Medical Apartheid. It's a book about like the history from colonization to 2007.
Oh,
and
wow!
It's all the
pre-Obama
experiments
that they've done on black people.
We know that they've done. We got documentation, that they've done on a very specific group of people.
Because I personally got a nigga I know that can't read that told me, nigga, you remember Tuskegee? Nigga, you just heard somebody else say that, bro. You don't even know who the Tuskegee Airmen are. You ain't never watched Red Tails, my nigga. Like, stop this shit. Shut your dumb ass up and do some real research, bro. Yeah. You walk around with a fucking but a fucking computer in your pocket every day, and all you do is watch World Star. Nigga, do some research if you want to have an intelligent conversation.
Real rap.
And I grew up before cell phones and before the internet, bro.
Right.
I had never had the opportunity to be able to look something up that I want to right then and there.
Yeah,
Real rap.
So you niggas who sitting here having these dumbass conversations, bro, if you want to have a conversation, come to me with some cliff notes or something. Read the summary. You ain't got to read the book, nigga. Come talk to me about the summary.
Real rap, bro. Yeah, so I just think the history of black folks and the medical
community
in this.
It's very sketchy.
Well, it's just been very tumultuous history.
It
has never really worked out in our favor.
No.
So yeah, I do absolutely understand black folks' hesitation with the vaccines, and I understand black folks and most people's hesitation with dealing with the government. It has
Period.
not always worked out in their favor.
And that's not just blacks.
But,
That's
yeah, exactly. It's just everybody. We got foreigners that come in here that don't really trust the people. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, yo, I don't know what y'all are.
I came here to open my store and let my kids get an education.
That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what all of this other action is. So, it is what it is.
Man. But
You got any other questions for me, bro?
I'm always gonna have a question for you.
What you got, bro?
So let's see. We tackled that. Okay. So in your district in peak season last year, you had one of the highest COVID rates. What do you attribute that to? And how and it's lower now. How did you get your arms around that and help the people?
Within my district, you said?
Yeah.
So
You had one of the highest rates in St. Louis City. I'm not being an asshole. I'm just
no.
It's just the numbers.
So I actually had a bunch of COVID testing drives. Where I
Right.
was doing COVID tests at the cars.
I saw you at the churches and food drives and all of that.
Shout out to Urban League and a lot of other companies.
Shout out James Clark. Yo, banger.
Yeah, and Mike McMillan. Those are my guys.
Yeah.
They were instrumental in getting drives, tests, food drives, like the whole deal. Like they were super instrumental in that. But on a more personal note, I mean, I remember back in February of 2020,
Right.
when it actually kind of like was happening.
When it kicked off, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had to come home, I think, during the day, like where I was in the Capitol, and I got a call from some of my businesses down in Dogtown area. And they were just like, what is this? Like, what is going on? How is this going to affect us? Like, are we going to have to shut down? And so I had to come home and, like, just, like, give them the bad news. Like, because I was just like, look, I'd rather y'all hear it from me right now than
a week later when it's fucked.
Then get sideswiped a week later and not be in any position to, like, try to be in position to, like,
salvage what you can.
And even then, they couldn't, it was what it was. But, I mean, yeah, that was one of the many things that I did to try to help my people through the panty demi.
The panty demi. Thank God we out of that.
Well, I wouldn't even say that yet, man.
I mean, we have more people getting vaccinated every day, and I'm
bro. We might go on a national shutdown again in the next 3 months. Real rap.
Explain, if you will, like elaborate on that. You just can't walk in the room, say fuck everybody, and walk out. You gotta explain that shit, bro. You don't just walk in the room, say bitch ass nigga, and walk out. No, this ain't that.
The numbers just don't look. I mean, they're not. They're getting a little better, but I mean, it's still a bunch of outbreaks that are happening around the country.
True.
And so, yeah, I think that it's very feasible or plausible for the government to go back and say, hey, we're going to shut down for 2 weeks or a month, just to make sure everything is everything.
So with that situation, that I know this is two different ends of it, but what happened with Mike Parsons, bro? Like he took a bunch of shit away from black people, and you were in the State House when that shit happened. Not just black people. I really feel like Mike Parsons is waging a war on poor people. It's not just black people. It's not rich people. It's poor people, bro. And I feel like this man is really trying to take out poor people.
I don't think that you're wrong. I think that
people struggling to make it, bro. What's going on in the house to where people feel okay with
again,
taking.
That's not the House. That's not the House or the Senate. That's,
right.
Again, that's the executive branch.
I know, but there are people in the House that support this shit enough to stand behind him and say that this is okay.
It has nothing to do with one or the other, right? That they're taking a personal choice to say that, like, yo, I just like this guy's political views because those are two different branches of government. So they're really not even supposed to, like,
It's supposed to be checks and balances.
Absolutely, the checks
But
and
there's
balances
not.
is that all he does is signs off on what we believe in. We don't sign off on what he believes in, right?
But there were people
we
saying,
represent the people.
Exactly.
But I mean, oftentimes it does work the other way. But
right.
what I'm saying is, look, man, Mike Parsons is a bitch,
in my opinion. I'm Mike Parsons. You a bitch ass person. You're a horrible human being, and I pray that
for the sake of getting bills passed in the future, Mike, I don't feel that way.
I do.
I think you're a nice guy.
Me in the trenches think you're a horrible person, and we can't wait to vote your ass out. And me personally, I'm going to tell black people to vote each and every week until election season so we get your bitch ass the fuck up out the Capitol, Mike. How about that?
That's how a lot of people feel, Mike. I'm sure that is not surprising to you in any way.
Fuck Mike Parsons.
I personally don't feel that way. And the reason that I don't feel that way is because I know you personally. And, yeah, we have to work together. So
yeah, we got to work together. We do. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying we shouldn't cross party lines and work with Republicans and Democrats and Independents, but fuck Mike Parsons in general. Fuck Josh Hawley too.
So yeah, definitely fuck Josh Hawley.
Fuck Josh Hawley. Fuck Eric Greitens. Fuck all of them.
I'll stand on that. So anyway, with that being said.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm probably finna get a 30-day ban on Facebook, but I'm okay with that because I said
get a 30-day ban.
Because I said what I said and I stand on it. A man that ain't willing to die for what he stand on ain't no man.
Azul for you, sir.
I'm cool with that.
Anyway, so anyway,
I hope I don't get you in trouble.
Man, would you shut the fuck up for a second, man? Jesus Christ,
my dog.
I was trying to make this point.
Only my friends can say shit like that.
So Mike Parsons is just interesting politically, and how he has been approaching the issues, the big button issues. So 2 summers ago, myself and the Black Caucus wrote a letter to Governor Parsons asking for a special election because I don't know if you remember, about a couple of summers ago we were losing a lot of children, just babies, to gun violence, and I'm talking about from the age of 5 to the age of 15. Like we had I think 5 or 6 in the span of 30 days.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Kids was getting shot left and right on accident.
So we, as the Black Caucus, got together and wrote the governor and asked for him to call a special session for gun violence. He more or less said that, he didn't. Regardless of what his reason was, he did not. He did not call a special session. The following summer was an election year. He called a special session on gun violence. And we went up there and we were presented with a bunch of, in my opinion, BS bills that really didn't move the needle in any way when it came to actual gun violence within my community. It didn't move the needle in my community in any way. So I felt like it was a waste of taxpayer dollar.
I remember it.
Fast forward to this summer when he pardons the McCluskeys for gun violence.
Because they're white.
Well, whatever your political motivations are, I'm saying the facts are the facts. I can't.
The McCloskeys represent Missouri's values, bro, and what they feel about Black Lives Matter and Black people.
And I'm not here to debate that portion. I'm saying the facts are facts. You can't ask for a special session for gun violence and then the following summer
pardon people pointing guns at non-violent people.
Right. You feel what I'm saying? This, and so this speaks to the hypocrisy that often comes out of that office. Also, you have to notice how, and I've said this to the people that work in that office, how white that office is.
Exactly. I don't even think they have a black intern.
I don't think they have a black intern, and I work very, very closely with the governor's office and everybody that I deal with, and I just feel like the governor's office should truly reflect the state of Missouri. So if the state of Missouri is 12% black, you
need to have 3 fucking interns that are black,
100% white.
No,
because you're not getting the full perspective and the full
actual like. Yeah, just the
He
full
represent-
perspective of
what-
like what is actually happening in the rules and the urbans.
In my opinion, Mike Parson and the Missouri Republican Party, not all Republicans, but most of them, represent from Wentzville West and from fucking Arnold South.
Sure.
They don't represent us, so we don't get that voice.
But they're not supposed to represent us. They're supposed to represent where they're from, which is where they're from.
But Wentzville losing jobs is the same exact thing, bro. Yo, the people in those communities are losing jobs. I worked at GM.
Wentzville. Look, bro, I am from the west side of St. Louis.
Amen.
Right? And so at this moment, at this time in my political career, that's what I have to worry about.
Exactly.
And the minute that I start worrying about the people of Wentzville is when the people of the west side and the Sherman Academy neighborhood and the Oliver Place neighborhood, like this is when my people start to lose.
Exactly.
Right? But that also speaks to stay in your lane and know your role. Play your role. Play your position. So all I can do is play my position, and
you're doing an amazing job at it, no matter what anybody says. Because I see how they talk to you in the house. Sometimes,
yeah, I mean,
they get out of line sometimes, and I know you had that moment. I done seen you on live where you get ready to snap out sometimes.
They just try to delegitimize me in a lot of ways. That, I mean, even with my own personal situation, with the censure and all that, they just try to delegitimize me in a way that most politicians would have like folded, and I was just like, yo,
I'm with it. Let's get it.
I'm here for it. Like, you can't make this thing real. You can't make this thing true. So I just feel like if you really are here for all the right reasons, like you can't be run out on rumor.
That, bro. On that note, I want to close the show. I want to thank you for coming. I had an amazing conversation with you. We've been friends 10 plus years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you taking time out of your busy schedule, it means the world to me, bro.
Right on,
I appreciate you. And I love you, black man, like as my brother.
Salute, family.
Look in the camera. Tell them what you want to tell them, and let's get the fuck up out of here.
I guess what we didn't talk about was all my voting legislation. I have, let's see, we got no excuse absentee balloting. We have automatic registration, same-day registration, and early voting. I think that all four of those things are extremely important for the people of Missouri. It doesn't matter where you are or what part of the state you're from, white, black, rich, poor. Like, we all should be able to go vote early. We all should be able to go get automatically registered. Like,
Fuck
I shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have to. I'm not a different person from 4 years. 2
right
years
now,
ago.
we're in an opt-out. We're in an opt-in situation. We should be in an opt-out situation. Right now, you have to go tell them that you want to be registered to vote. And I think that you should, when you go to a government building, they should automatically register you vote. And you should have to tell them, I don't want to be registered to vote. We should have an opt-out system. So all Missourians should be registered to vote. So if you decide to go vote, you can go vote. Now, the Secretary of State will tell you that he feels like it's the burden on the citizen to have some gumption to go out to register to vote. But I mean, I feel like that's your God-given right. So if it's your God-given right, why should I have to then go out and tell somebody to register for me to vote? Why wouldn't the state just look out for me as a Missourian and have me all set? So when I go get my card in the mail, I can just go to my place.
Because it's too much like right.
Well, it's deeper than that, but yes, also that. So yeah. And I will say to my people, man, like if voting wasn't important, they wouldn't be working this hard to stop us from voting. So
and that's the motherfucking facts.
Yeah. So I would keep everybody in mind that if you're in a situation where you can't vote, I get it, but like
if you can, you should
also know your rules, also know your laws. Like if you ain't actively on probation or parole, you can go get registered for vote, and that's a fact.
Bro, I appreciate you. This has been Collectively Speaking. I'm your Dirty Yellow with Wiley Price. Make sure y'all go vote.
No, I'm Wiley Chip Smith, remember?
This nigga. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.